We are back. Day one, young Dolph trial. Hernandez Govan. It's looking bad. It's looking ugly. Back from the lunch break, part two. The sequel of the young Dolph trial continues with Hernandez Govan, alleged mastermind, witness testimony, and much, much more, y'all. Without further ado, let's get right on into it.
You contact Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am. Before we left the apartment, I actually contacted him about getting my phone at the car. That's when he told me to meet him where he get a car wash at.
He also mentioned that please turn cell phones off. Okay. He also mentioned, I'm sorry, that he mentioned something about cleaning.
About the glass there, at the window, it got had shattered in the street by the house, by his house.
But you all hadn't contacted him to let him know that you had had the hit, right? That you made the hit on call.
No, we told him that when we talked to him at the apartment, you know what I'm saying, he knew that we had just handled the business on Dolph.
He knew that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what did he say to that?
He was like, he was saying about the glass, like, you know, we got to get rid of the glass, get rid of the car, basically. Get rid of the car. We got to burn the car up.
That's what he told you, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you leave out of the apartment complex.
Yes, ma'am.
You get in the car with Angela, as we saw in the video.
Yes, ma'am.
And from Tulane Apartments or Gospel Gardens or Havenport, whatever the name of the apartments are now, you all head where?
Oh, I stopped, got me a cigarette. Then I had headed to Pressure to meet Mr. Govan.
You made it to Pressure World. You're still in the car with Angela, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You made it to Pressure World. And where is Pressure World?
On Lamar.
So you were at Pressure World on Lamar. How far is that from where Mr. Govan lives?
A couple minutes around the corner, he ain't far.
You get there. Is he already there?
Yeah, he was already up there. I jumped out the car, and me and him was having a one-on-one discussion. He was saying that he had heard that Dolph had shot one of us. Cause I told him I was shot. He was like, I heard Dolph shot one of y'all, and y'all blood on the scene. He was like, did y'all have y'all face masks on? Like, yeah, we had our face masks on, and stuff like that. And I got my phone from, cause I had to go take my dad to work or whatever. Me and Angela had splurred off after that. And went to pick my dad up. He called me back again. I'm like, man.
Oh, no, hold on. I know you got a lot you need to get.
My bad.
We're going to have to slow it down. Yellow, like this, just
my bad.
Slow it down. All right, so who was he that called
Mr. Govan. Mr. Govan.
Okay, he called you back.
Yeah,
he called you back to Pressure Room, he called you back on the phone?
Nah, he called me back on the phone and telling me to slow up before I leave from my dad's house, because he wanted to meet me over there or whatever. He was finna pull back up and ask me a question.
Okay. At any point, did he mention paying you your money?
Not right then. He was just saying that, you know, he was gonna give me my money. Right?
When was he saying this?
He been said that, like, at Pressure where like, all right, we're gonna get that money, you know what I'm saying? Basically.
And I'm not sure if we mentioned this before, was Mr. Govan to get a cut of the money?
Yes, ma'am. I supposed to give him 10,000 at my cut.
Okay, was Justice?
And he told me Justin supposed to give him 10,000 as well. So I agree with the 10,000 cut, because he put me on the list. Like, I had you to do this, so give me a cut of it. So I'm like, all right, I agree with you.
All right, so he called you back after you leave Pressure World, told you to slow up, you wanted to meet at your dad's house?
Yeah.
Did he ever come to your dad's house?
Yeah, he pulled up. When he pulled up, he jumped out. Now the conversation, I really forgot what we were talking about right then, but it was concerning what just happened or whatever. But I like, man, give me a couple of dollars right quick so I can give me some more pills, because he said he ain't had none, and I was shot, so I need to numb up. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a few dollars, then he left.
He gave you what?
He gave me about $30, $40, then he left.
And that was the same day that happened.
Yes, man. It was like close, like an hour or so later.
Were you still with Angela then?
Now she had left and took my dad to work for me. I stayed back so I could talk to him.
Did you see Mr. Govan anymore after that day?
Yes, ma'am. Later on that day, later on that night, I pulled back up at his house. He was on the phone with Justin at the time, and Justin was
Justin?
Yes, ma'am, Justin Johnson. And Justin was talking about cash out for him some money so that I could get a wound kick, another wound kick, because I was bleeding bad. I was not. I pulled up over there. He gave me a few pills or whatever. And,
he gave you some. He
extra
had pills in you?
Yeah, he gave me some extra pills. Not oxycodone. No, he gave me some extra pills or whatever.
That was gonna help with your wound?
Nah, that was because I had to get
he was
up
a junkie.
the next morning, early that morning, and go get a car cover. He gave me some money to buy a car cover as well. You know, to cover that car up that was sitting across the street. You know, he like, first he kept saying we gotta bring the car up. But, you know, he said, gave me the money, go get the car cover or whatever.
When did he give you the money?
That, like,
Important question. Not only, man, Govan Lord tried it, but it didn't work. Not only did he give him the money to get the car cover, don't forget the car was only right across the street from his house. He could have very well bought his own car cover and put the car cover on the car himself, but maybe this is why none of his prints or anything is on the car. So when his lawyer came with that perspective, that was just fluff, a whole bunch of nothing. Let's go.
that night, he gave me the money.
The night of.
That night before,
It's a lot of nights.
the same night, the same morning, the car got discovered. The night before that, he gave me the money because I went to AutoZone that morning, got the car covered. And I was gonna wait till it got dark to put it on the car, but they discovered the car.
So, but he gave you the money the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's talk about what else happened the night before.
The night before the car was discovered?
Yes.
I had went and wiped it down or whatever. I went and wiped it down. I had called him and told him that I was going in the backyard to wipe the car down. So he wouldn't, shoot at me or nothing like that. He didn't know who it is in the backyard.
Even though he lived across the
Yeah,
street.
even though you know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Well, I'm saying like this, in the streets, you watch your surroundings basically. So, you see some funny stuff, you get, kind of street life we live. You'll get kind of scary and you get to shoot things somebody after you. Then what it just happened, young Dolph just got killed. So, he had to be a word.
Basically, he was saying he was paranoid.
So, did he give you the money when you went to wipe the car down?
Nah, he didn't give me the day. Well, I probably got the dates mixed up or whatever, but the day that the car got discovered, the night before he gave me that money to get a car cover.
When was it?
When did you get paid?
If you can remember, when you said you went to wipe the car down?
It was a couple days, like around that same time I got the car cover, if not the same day, I wiped the car down trying to get the prints, make sure one of the prints on.
All right, when you were wiping the car down, what were you wiping the car down with?
Some like little cleaning supply stuff. I can't tell you exactly what I put on it, but I had a rag, had stuff sprayed on the rag, and I just went and wiped it down.
All right, now was this rag soaked? Like,
Nah.
dipped it in some products, or you just sprayed?
I just sprayed some stuff on it.
Do you remember what it was?
Nah, I really don't.
And he can't remember that, but this is important because it makes sense of why they didn't find any fingerprints.
It was nighttime.
And according to his lawyer, Ingram was the one who
It was in the bag.
cleaned the car because they left
They pushed it all the way in the bag, like parked it all the way in the bag. So
when you all dropped it off, was it in the same place it was?
Nah, it was like in the front of the driveway.
No.
That's why
When you all dropped it off, it was in front of the
yes,
driveway.
man, it was hard to close where you can see it can be spotted east,
Okay. But when you went back, it was.
pushed on to the back.
Do you recall if y'all had keys to the vehicle or Justin needed?
Justin had the key to him. But Mr. Govan kept asking like where the key was so we could move it and burn it up somewhere else.
Uh, so it was nighttime. The car was pushed towards the back, and you were wiping it down. Uh, you were shot in your right shoulder.
The right shoulder, yes,
Is
ma'am.
that your dominant hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So did that present any problems wiping down things?
Nah, it really like I did the best I could, being shot and all. I did the best I could wiping it down.
Now you do know your prints were eventually found on the car.
Yo, I didn't do a good job, so
Okay. All right. Did you let Mr. Govan know that you had wiped the car down?
yeah, I called him when I was walking in the backyard to let him know that, I was gonna go back there and wipe the car down.
And what did he say?
He said, all right, bro.
Uh, so another night or another day or so, you were asked to get a car cover.
Just fine.
When did he provide you the money for the car cover?
Like the night before, I went and got it the next morning. Like in between me
If
and
you
my
notice,
house.
she asking the same question
And how did he provide you?
over and
Cash
over.
money.
Cash.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He provided you with cash. Uh, had you ever bought a car cover before?
No.
Did you know where to go
I
get
don't know
one?
what just happened to that.
Yeah, I knew where to go get a car cover from.
Okay, and did you look it up or figure out which store?
Nah, it was an AutoZone close by, so I know AutoZone sells them.
Okay, they see. Okay. So is that where you went?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the AutoZone? Yeah. What color car cover was it?
Now that part I can't tell you because it never made it out the box.
It never made it out the box. Why didn't it make it out the box?
Because they had discovered the car, and I was like, since they discovered the car, take this junk back, get the money back, and just buy me some more pills.
Not buy some more pills.
When the day that they discovered the car, did you speak with Mr. Govan?
Crazy, man.
You don't call speaking with Mr. Govan? You speak with Mr. Justin Johnson?
No, I ain't speak to no one of them that day though. When they
Why not?
discovered the car, I ain't talking to nobody.
And how did you know that they discovered the car?
Facebook, the news, and stuff like that.
So,
Well, that morning, like before I went and got the car cover, I spoke to Mr. Govan. But like after they discovered the car, nope, I ain't talking to him. I just
the morning of. So what did you talk about the morning before they discovered the car?
the car cover and stuff.
You talked
Trying to
about
get that car covered up and get rid of it basically.
why did you need to speak with Mr. Govan about you
He
going?
was the one saying that we need to get rid of that car. You know what I'm saying? Like it was right there, and he was like, he ain't want them talking to him about anything if they discover the car, but he gonna tell them to get with Willie Massey or he get back to his gambling.
So the day the car was discovered, you did not speak with him any more afterwards.
Not after the car was discovered.
All right.
Not after that car
Did you
was
speak with
discovered.
him any more after that?
Yes, ma'am. December the 8th, 2021. I was going to give me some pills, going one way, and he was coming up another way, and he looked through the mirror, or his windshield, and blew the horn. And I pulled over, he pulled over, and he got out the car. He was like, thank God. He was telling me that he been getting shot at and stuff, and he asked me, have I spoke to Mr. Justin Johnson, because they had ran in Justin Johnson's house the night before, whatever. He showed me some things on his phone, and he was asking me, did I have a number he'd get in touch with me on? He told me I need to get rid of my phone. I need to get rid of that phone, is all he was saying. And he was like, he was gonna go to private that night and get my money. And he was gonna call me. He asked me for a number. He was gonna call me.
Wow.
Did he ever call?
Now the U.S. Marshal was on me the next day. I was in jail.
You didn't have a chance.
Nope.
Never got
So
paid.
you said the next day, so there will be December 9th of 2021?
Yes, ma'am. December 9th.
What else sticks out about that day?
December 9th. It was my daughter's birthday.
Your daughter's birthday.
It's a different daughter's birthday that was on
Yes,
the day?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was my daughter's birthday. I had took her some cake and ice cream to school, and U.S. Marshal was treating me the whole time.
And you were eventually arrested?
Yes, ma'am. I was arrested.
Did you have your phone on you that Mr. Govan told you to get rid of?
Yes, ma'am. I had that phone on me.
Still had the phone on. How you feel about that,
Did you have
Govan?
more than one phone?
Yes, ma'am. I had Miss Angela phone on me as well.
Had your,
Well,
your girl
did
phone
you
on
have
you,
another phone?
dummy?
Did you get rid of the phone that Mr.
No,
Never got rid of the
I never got rid of the phone.
You never took it?
I gave it to my children's mother, like, after I saw the U.S. Marshal trailing me.
Okay.
I gave it to my children's mother
That's
and left. Yeah.
And to your knowledge, police got that phone from her.
Yes, ma'am. They got a warning.
Got the phone. How did they know she had the phone? Or do you know?
Well, I guess.
I'm not gonna ask you to guess.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. They did a pin order. I don't know.
But they did get the phone out of her.
They did get the phone.
And you didn't speak to Mr. Govan anymore after that. Now, you were promised. Hold on for a second. Was that a yes or no? You should read.
No, ma'am. I didn't speak to him no more.
So, as part of this, you were promised that you would receive $50,000. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever receive that money in your hand?
No, ma'am.
Wow.
Once you were arrested, was the money ever gifted to you or
Not directed to me, but it was provided for lawyer fees.
And do you know about when that was?
I just can't. No, ma'am, I can't recall. But it was after I was locked up at 201.
To your knowledge, was Mr. Govan locked up at that time?
No, ma'am, he wasn't locked up at the time.
Y'all see what's about to happen?
You were arrested December 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with charges you're here for that you have now.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you promised anything for your testimony?
No, ma'am.
Do you hope to receive something from your testimony?
I'm praying for it, but I wasn't promised. Like, I've been asking for a bond. I wasn't promised nothing.
A bond?
And you've spoken to prosecutors.
Yes, ma'am.
You've spoken to me a few times, right?
Not two, 3 times.
And everything happened here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't no promises. Ain't no promise. So what y'all think about that? She rests on letting everybody know that, listen, if we promise you anything for this testimony. He said no. He said, do you think you're gonna get anything? He said he praying. He want a bond. He want to come home.
Mr. Cornelius, my name is Manny Aurora. I'm the lawyer for Mr. Govan.
Yes, sir.
Have we ever spoken before?
Nah, never.
The cross.
Earlier today, about 10 o'clock, the jurors were excused for about an hour. Did you have to talk to your lawyer before you testified today?
Nah, I actually speak to my lawyer.
Okay, did you talk to your lawyer?
Nah, my lawyer out of town.
All right, did you talk to one of his associates?
The lawyer.
And is she the one sitting in court right there still?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, and during the course of that hour, did you talk to both the DAs one more time before you took the stand?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in that hour break between 10 and 11, you talked to your lawyer about whatever, it's privileged, and then you talked to the DAs about your testimony.
About my testimony, they would just ask me was I ready. Yeah.
Okay. So let me get this straight. You're telling the truth here today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So why do we need to talk to your lawyer before you testify if you're telling the truth?
Because when I came
Wow.
in court on the first, I didn't see my attorney, so I've been trying to talk to my attorney. Since I've been coming to court, I haven't saw my attorney one time, so I've been trying to talk to my attorney.
All right. But your attorney's already negotiated a proffer settlement for you with regards to the government, right?
No, he did.
He didn't do that.
No, he didn't tell me that I got nothing on the line or nothing. So I'm trying to ask what's going on.
All right. So if your lawyer didn't
Mm.
tell you anything, you're totally on your own, cooperating with the government, hoping you can negotiate some kind of deal with the government.
No, I'm just keeping it real because they already know everybody else already made statements and told their part, so I'm telling the truth too.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
My point to you is before testifying here today, you asked to talk to your lawyer about whatever you talked about. Then the government lawyers went in and talked to you, and then you testified.
I asked to talk to my lawyer because I haven't saw my lawyer since I've been coming to court, sir.
Wow. This man is literally, I don't think the lawyer could believe it. He literally is out here on a whim. No proffer. No. He wasn't promised nothing, just like the DA said. His lawyer is not even in the building today. His lawyer sent an assistant because his lawyer is out of town. Convenient. Convenient. Now, I do find it interesting that he just said, shit, he talking because more people are talking. Hence to Ingram, who he just said that we are going to hear from. So it should be no surprise that it's going to be some shocking information in the days to come. If you didn't already, hit the like button.
Right. So I'm trying to ask you, what is there to talk about? You knew why you were coming
I'm
here
trying to
for.
see what's going on, sir.
Right, going on as to why am I brought to Shelby County? You didn't know you were going to testify in a trial today?
Yes, I did, but I'm trying to see what's up on my behalf, like me and him talking, like on our terms.
Okay. And you know the ladies came and saw you at the jail
Wow.
in the last week, right?
Nah, they talked to me like last week, then like week or two before that, and then just picked up 3 times and talked.
And prior to that, you talked to an ADA named Hagerman about 5 times. You remember a tall white guy that's bald?
Yeah, I remember Paul.
Okay, and you talked to him about 5 or 6 times?
I don't know, I can't tell you exactly how many times I talked to Mr. Paul, but I talked to him.
Okay. And to the police, you made at least 4 statements, if not more?
Nah, I ain't made no false statements to no police.
All right, did you talk to him in December after you got arrested?
Yeah.
Did you talk to him again at least in March of 2022 after you got
I
arrested?
talked to Paul again.
Okay, that's the prosecutor, right?
Yeah.
And he had the cops with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So you get arrested on December 9th. You're indicted on January 2022, just about a month later, right?
Right.
Then you have your lawyer and you go talk to Paul along with the other cops in March. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, and then you talk to him again after that, right?
Yeah.
You remember talking to federal prosecutors in August of 2022 and making a statement.
I don't know who I was talking to, and I don't remember like what time it was, but
Okay,
yeah, I talked to him.
all right. And you remember when you previously given statements, you acknowledged
Ain't a
you
little
lied to
bit
the police
much.
throughout this process, right? You denied everything in the open.
Nah, I ain't say throughout the process. I ain't say it.
Okay.
When I first spoke to them, when I first got locked up December 9th, I was intoxicated. So, you know,
Let me guess,
I
pill.
really didn't want to talk. Like,
Okay. So you are now telling me that on December 9th, the police illegally questioned you while you were drunk. They didn't wait for you to
I
sober
didn't
up.
say they illegally pushed me. I said I was intoxicated, and I said I would talk to you. So, but I talked to them. I was intoxicated.
Okay. these are your arrest is made by the U.S. Marshals, and so you would have been intoxicated at the time the Marshals arrested you.
Yeah.
And this isn't the daytime, right? During the day.
Yeah.
All right. And so you're really close to your daughter's birthday on the day they arrested you, but you're drunk. Is that right?
Now let me check this out. These had when I saw them trailing me. U.S. Marshal trailing me. They used to follow me the whole morning from the time I got up. After I saw him, the next day they was on. I saw them trailing me. I went and got cake and ice cream for my daughter. I dropped Angela off at work. I dropped her cake and ice cream off at the school. Then I went to my children's mother's house and dropped the phone.
Okay. When did you get intoxicated?
Early in the morning.
Okay. So
Like I already had me some pills that night. From that night on, I already had pills and stuff.
okay. Let's go back. The night before you got arrested, let's just presume you got arrested on December 9th, 2021. You started taking pills that night.
Yeah, I went to sleep, but I had me some pills to wake up on.
All right. Who did you get the pills from?
Yes, I had
Someone
pills.
else.
Okay. Got a name? You don't remember, do you?
Nah, I don't want to put that name out there.
Well, we're telling the truth now, remember?
Yeah, but
It's all
they
open.
not on trial though. They not in this. They ain't got no part. They just sold the pills. So I ain't finna put that name out there.
So you got some pills the night before, and you stayed intoxicated through the whole day, or did you drink some the
No,
next morning?
you don't drink on pills. You don't drink alcohol with oxycodone. I ain't say nothing about drinking. I said I pop pills. That's my choice of drug.
Okay, when people say intoxicated, maybe I misunderstand.
I was under the influence. I'm gonna say that.
All right. Did you take pills in the morning to stay under the influence?
Yeah, I woke up and popped me some more pills. I was shot already too. You know, I was shot too.
I understand. So you took the pills, but even though you're intoxicated with the pills, you know enough to go to the grocery store to get cake, get balloons. Then in your intoxicated state, you go to your daughter's school. Apparently the teachers at the school don't mind you being intoxicated, so you drop off all the stuff for the party. Then you leave some more. You're not intoxicated enough to realize that the marshal's been following you all morning because you're sharp enough to figure that out. And then prior to them stopping you, you're smart enough to ditch the phone with your child's mother. That's what you're telling me under your intoxicated
See, I've
state.
been taking them so long to where pills don't do me like they probably do you, and I could be at work as well.
Right.
And then after I saw the U.S. Marshals on me, I did go to a Family Dollar, get some Tylenol PM, and took some of them too.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to the story for the day. You get up, you pop some pills, you go to the grocery store, you go to the school, then you see the marshals. Instead of being worried about the marshals following you, they just leave you alone. You go to the Family Dollar to go buy headache pills.
They ain't just leave me alone. They were trailing me, trying to see exactly where I was going, what I was doing. They were tracking me the whole time. From the time I got
Why didn't they just stop you if they saw you? And you're clearly wanted.
Objection, you're on the cause for speculation.
They stopped you near your child's mother's house, right?
Man.
Stopped me in Mississippi. I put them on the. I left. I just put them on a little trail. They ain't put no lights on me till I got in Mississippi.
Okay, so was it a high-speed chase or you just
Nah,
kept
I
going?
wasn't no high speed chase because as soon as they put South Haven police behind me and South Haven police put their lights on me, I pulled up and the marshal was right there.
All right, so we've talked about intoxicated, so you were smart enough to say, I'm going to get out of Memphis, have them chase me across state lines to Mississippi, then you remember specifically South Haven police got you.
They didn't chase me. I just
Yeah,
drove
right.
and they were following me. They were trailing me the whole time.
Okay.
So I just went on to South Haven, Mississippi, and they followed me and put South Haven police behind me from all cop.
All right, so in your intoxicated state, you went in this Sunday drive, essentially, where you saw the marshals tailing you. Then you were smart enough to recognize South Haven police was also involved.
Look,
right?
this how I am. I'm from the street, so
Yeah.
you know, when you drive, you pay attention to all your mirrors. You know what I'm saying? So I pay attention to these cars following me. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that if they were some hitters, they would have pulled up on me and just shot the car. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and went on to Mississippi. When I was in my baby mama's apartment, matter of fact, they pulled up 5-seat car, deep number 10 windows. So I knew that was police.
What kind of cars were following you?
Jeeps, all kind. You know how the marshals drive. You know,
Well, marshals usually have those big SUVs and Suburbans, but you're saying like a Jeep Wrangler?
They had Jeeps, they had all kind of cars.
Okay.
They was in unmarked cars, tinted out.
Unmarked.
So I'm gonna try to go this
With the
slowly.
T.
If there's anything you don't understand, just ask me to repeat myself, okay?
Yes, sir.
I have no quarrel with you. I respect what you're trying to do. I just want to ask some questions,
I ain't
okay?
got no problem. I respect what you trying to do too.
When we first started this morning, you had mentioned you'd been shot twice and you were losing a lot of blood. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And you said it was gushing everywhere out of your arm. You had to get medical care.
No, I got a wound key. I never went to the hospital.
Understood. But you used the word a lot of blood everywhere. Is that fair?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. So as you're bleeding with blood everywhere, you got into the Mercedes to make your getaway.
Yeah. I didn't even recognize I was shot at the time. Like when I got in the car, I didn't recognize I was shot.
But you saw you were bleeding.
No. Once we pulled out and he shot the window, that's when I know I had a hole in my. I wasn't bleeding.
Okay. When the car left, as it's leaving, Makita's Cookies, you get shot in the arm.
I don't know when they got shot. I see it here. I don't know when exactly. What point I was shot at, I don't know. But once we pulled out, we was driving crazy. That's when Jesse said he was straight and out of blue. I'm like, dang, I'm hit too. And I kept asking him, was he okay?
So obviously at some point when you're shooting your AK-47 into the Makitas and backing up, the other guy comes out and then at some point he grabs an AK-47 and shoots at you. You had to have been hit somewhere along that point, right?
Yeah, it was so bad. I don't know when I got hit right here. Anyway, I can't tell you when. I didn't feel it.
Okay. Can we agree that after you got shot twice in this part of your leg, which is a heavy bleeding part,
I was straight right here.
so straight, so that shot did bother you?
And the bullet went in me right here and was in my back.
Okay, because when you were walking, you didn't look like you were limping into the apartment, so that's what I was asking you. Did you get shot in the leg?
Straight right there. Straight right there.
It's just a scrape.
Yeah.
All right, the one that lodged in your body, that blood is just gushing, right? You've got an open wound in your
gushing, but you know, because I've been shot before, so I know not to panic. Long as I don't bleed out of my mouth, I ain't gonna panic. So I know how to control them.
Mr. Cornelius, I'm not trying to ask you difficult questions. Were you bleeding heavily from the gunshot wound in your arm?
Yeah, you gonna bleed. You gonna bleed.
That's all I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
And as you're bleeding, you're sitting in the car going to Bradley Street where you dropped off the car. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there will be blood in the car. I mean, you're bleeding heavily.
Nah, I'm sitting up. Actually, man. And I got on a pullover sweater, you know, and I'm not panicking, so the blood I'm not panicking. Because I'm making sure Mr. Johnson okay as well, because he said he was eating. But come to find out he was straight.
But if you're bleeding heavily, but there's no blood, is that what you're telling me?
Your Honor, I'm gonna object. He's actually answered this about 5-6 times.
I just want a simple answer to a simple question.
And he's answered it to the best of his ability. He answered it a couple times.
Was there blood in the car once you got out?
Nah, I wasn't looking to check. I wasn't trying to see whether no blood. I'm moving fast, trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. And you mentioned that Justin had the car keys, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so when you guys dropped off the car, Justin got into his SUV that he left across the street from Mr. Govan.
I got out and jumped in the SUV. On the video, so I was driving SUV in the car.
I'm not talking about the apartments. Remember when you dropped off the car? Let's focus. When you guys dropped off the white stolen Mercedes, you said across the street from Mr. Govan's house.
Right.
You and Justin got out of the car.
I got out the car to move the truck. You had to move the truck out the yard first to pull the car up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you did that.
Yeah.
Whose truck was it?
It was Justin, yeah.
All right. Who drove the truck away over to Tulane Apartments?
I did.
So that white SUV that we saw you were driving?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. You don't know who struck that?
No.
All right.
It was Justin again.
All right. When you drove the Mercedes into the driveway.
No, I did not. I can't drive two vehicles. I jumped out the Mercedes to move the white truck. Justin parked the Mercedes. He was driving, as you saw in the video.
All right, so even though you couldn't drive too good, you drove the SUV, the two-lane
Who said I
apartment.
couldn't drive too good?
You just did say
I
that.
ain't say. I said I can't drive two vehicles, two cars
Okay,
at one time.
all right. So did Justin have the keys to the Mercedes?
Yes.
Okay, so he does whatever with the Mercedes, takes the keys, you guys get into the SUV, you drive it away to two-lane apartments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get into the AutoZone. I know you don't remember, but the car was found on the morning of December 20th, 2021, which is about 3 days after the shooting, okay?
December the 20th.
I'm sorry, November the 20th, 2021. We'll work with that, right? You're now saying that the night before, which would be around midnight, I think you said, of the 19th, Mr. Govan gave you some money for car cover?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you said around midnight or so he did that, right?
Yeah, in between that time.
Okay,
Many hours.
all right. You mentioned at one point that he paid you with Cash App, and then at one point you mentioned he
I
paid
said
you with
nothing
cash.
about cash.
So these jurors didn't hear the word Cash App come out of your
No,
mouth at
I
all?
said he paid me with cash.
Okay.
He gave me cash to go get the car cover.
Did he ever pay you any dollars with Cash App?
No.
Okay, so he gave you cash. Did you go get the car cover?
I went and got it, but I didn't go inside the store myself.
Okay. So now let's go back. So you're telling me when this happened, on the night of the 19th, you were with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Angela?
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause you didn't mention that when they were asking you the question. So let me get
What
this
you
straight.
mean? What you saying?
On the 19th, the night before the car was discovered, you cleaned that car, right?
Yeah.
Angela was with you when you were cleaning the car?
She wasn't with me. She dropped me off.
All right, where did she go?
I told her buzz a loop, buzz a block, right around. So I
Okay.
called and told her to come back.
All right.
She wasn't with me.
So you said you'd called Mr. Govan to tell him that you were going to clean the car so he wouldn't shoot you, right?
Yeah.
So did he come out to visit with you?
No, he come out.
Then how did he give you the money that night to go get a car cover?
I went back over there. I ain't say it might have been that same day now. I said it might have been the next day, but I went over there, get some pills. Or it might have been later on, because I went over there to get some pills or whatever. Stay up, some extra pills, once again.
Right,
And
but
he
you understand,
gave me the money to get the car cover.
you understand, we're running a little bit out of time because you told us under oath that he paid you on the 19th of December of 2021 in the evening hours around midnight.
Then I said it might not have been that day. It might have been the next day. It might have been like I probably had the days mixed up. Like the day before, I probably went and wiped the car. Then the 19th, he gave me the money for the car cover.
Well, see that there's a little problem with that. The car was found on the 20th that morning.
Okay.
So if you wipe the car down the night before it was found, that would be the 19th. You'd agree with me, right?
Exactly.
And if he also paid you at the same time, that would be the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you
But the
got,
time, like the time of what time, like exactly what time this took place, what I can't remember.
but it was all at night.
Yeah, like midnight, early morning.
Okay, and you went to the AutoZone to buy that night, and you just.
Nah, I ain't go that night. I went that morning to get that that car cover because I wasn't finna put it up. The AutoZone ain't no 24-hour AutoZone where we get nowhere.
Okay, what time did you go to the AutoZone?
So they open up early in the morning.
So like 7 in the morning.
Can't tell you exactly what time.
Okay,
I finna see real life.
who'd you go with?
Me and Angela.
All right, so now you've got Angela involved in covering up the murder, like hiding evidence, right? She's helping you get this?
No, I ain't ever involved with doing nothing. She wasn't hiding nothing. She wasn't doing it. Nope, not finna lie like that.
All right, so when she picked you up at two-lane apartments, what happened to your clothes?
What happened to my clothes?
Yeah, the bloody clothes.
We had changed out at 2-line apartments.
Where'd you get the clothes?
We got them 2-line apartments.
Like from who?
Whoever that was, I don't know that good.
So they just had something to fit your size to wear those
Yeah,
clothes?
you see, when we went in and we came out, you see, before Angela pulled up, We had on different clothes when we came out. You
Okay.
can see that on the video.
So you remember that part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You went to the AutoZone. You ever been to an AutoZone yourself before?
Yeah. I had cars.
Security cameras everywhere, right? At the AutoZone?
I don't know about all that.
All right. Would it be out of the ordinary? You've gone auto part shopping before. You just said you've been there before, right?
Right.
All right. Do most businesses that you frequent have surveillance cameras?
Of course.
So your car, what car was it that went to the AutoZone that morning?
The SUV that picked me up.
So Angela's car.
Yes, sir.
So if I was to call AutoZone to get surveillance, I could easily see the car coming and go.
Yes, sir.
All right, and if I went inside, I could easily be seen on the surveillance cameras because they have it for shoplifting and all that. Angela would be front and center, right?
I ain't gonna say front and center, but I told her to go get the car code.
All right, and
Go
so
get a car code, universal car code.
all right, and so if it's around 7 in the morning, she used cash to buy it. You get a receipt even if you use cash, right?
Right.
Okay. So if I wanted to double check, say I'm a really good detective and I want to figure out what's happened, I could easily go to AutoZone, pull the footage, ask them for just their receipts from between 7 and 8 that morning, who bought a car cover. I could very easily validate what you're saying, right?
Of course.
Okay. We agree on that. Thank you. With regards to Mr. Govan, you talk to him almost every single day, right?
What you mean?
Like you would hang out at his house.
Yeah, I go through the grab a few, pull up on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you talk to him pretty regularly, right?
Right.
So if you say, hey, he called me or you did this, you could have communicated with him for any reason. You have to take your word for what it is that you guys talked about, right?
When you talking about?
Well, I mean, you're a little vague on the date, so I'm just asking you, if you met him that summer,
I'm a little big on the date.
a little fuzzy on the date.
Yeah. I've been locked up about almost 4 years.
Right, but you've also talked to the police over the course of the 4 years, especially in the first 6 months.
But
Then
not like this, not like.
But I know, because there's pressure here when you're under oath, but I'm saying, and you've also
It ain't
talked
no
to,
pressure, because I'm telling the truth. Ain't no pressure. I'm being real.
your truth is your truth, I understand. You've talked to these people about 9 times essentially, the government lawyers, right, prior to testifying here today.
I can't tell you exactly how many times I talked to them, sir.
Okay. You mentioned during your testimony that you actually never communicated with Jook, is that right?
No, I never communicated. Well, I did, to be honest with you. I forget I had, like, after they found the car, whatever, and, man, I wasn't talking to, Justin or him. So I had, inbox on, one. Well, I forgot what it was, and I'm like, man, I'm going home, boy, man. You need to holler at you, bro. I'm trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying?
So who were you communicating with?
I was inboxing Jook, like, man, this Govan, little homeboy. Like, really, I ain't want to say this who Govan hired, you know what I'm saying, under the bid. I'm like, this Govan homeboy, I need to get up with you, bro. I'm trying to get my bread.
All right, so when you said inbox, is that an email?
I forget what I had. It might not gone. I forget what it was.
Okay. And the reason I ask is you didn't want to give up anything or do anything, but earlier when you first met Jook, you said Mr. Govan introduced you as Little C, the guy that done the shooting of Wu. So we already knew you were a shooter. So why would we need all the cloak and dagger if you're trying to reach out to Jook?
Nah, because look, this had went, man. After the shooting or whatever, after they discovered the car or whatever, Justin had got with me and was like, man, look, man, Jook saying that he'll give with us on his own terms or whatever, and don't trust Govan or nothing like that right now. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so in my eyes there was so many crosses, you know what I'm saying? Like Justin had ran out with the cake or whatever, and I couldn't trust him. I couldn't trust nobody, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I'm gonna take initiative on my own and hit Jook up on these little I forgot it was Instagram or something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this Govan homeboy, you know what I'm saying? Like, get up with you. Really, I need my money.
Did you ever text Mr. Jook at all during the course of all this?
That's what I was saying on a website, like on Instagram or Facebook, something like that. I forgot what it was. I ain't have his number personally. I could not contact him, like call his phone and say, Jook, where my money? No, I couldn't do that.
Okay. Could Angela do that?
No.
So nobody.
Angela ain't know nothing about no Jook or nothing of these. Like, no, she couldn't just hit Jook up. She don't know him or Govan.
Okay. Just have this 1 second, Your Honor. We've talked a lot about parking the car across from Govan's house, but you recall some hours ago you said your friend Bobby Carter lives across the street from Govan as well, right?
He stayed like across up the street, like close towards the corner with his mom.
All right.
And they called each other brothers.
Okay.
Govan.
So your testimony to me now is when you told them whatever about Bobby Carter, that he didn't remember how they will. Now you're saying Bobby Carter lives up the street.
He stayed across the street, but houses down from where they car was.
How many houses?
I can't remember. About 3-4 houses, close to what that is?
Bradley?
Nah, close. Bradley is the street they stay on. Close towards what's the Crossway Street?
I'm not from Memphis, I don't know.
It's been a long time. I ain't been out there. I can't tell you.
The reason I ask is you also mentioned you just lived a couple minutes from Mr. Govan's house, right? Okay. So you live a couple minutes from Mr. Govan's house. Bobby lives across the street, some 3 houses down. And you and Bobby did the first shooting of Wu when you guys had a shootout with Mr. Wu. Is that correct?
Yeah, me, Bob, and Justin, and we got Mr. Govan gave me his gun.
Okay.
Gun.
So now Govan gave you the gun. I understand that. Was Treon Ingram also there for that shooting?
I don't know none of them folks. I don't know none of them.
How many people were there all together at the first shooting of Wu?
At the shooting,
At the shooting.
At the house, at Mr. Govan house.
Okay, let's try this again. You went with Bobby Carter and you said Justin was already there.
We all met up at Mr. Govan house. And me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy was in another vehicle.
All right. So when they asked you before, now there's a 4th guy that was going to do the shooting with you guys, right? It's you, Justin, Bobby, and a 4th person you don't know.
Right.
Okay. So you guys drove off and found Wu and had a shootout.
Yeah, he had told us Wu was at the house, Mr. Govan.
So Mr. Govan knew exactly where Wu was at the date and the time.
Where Wu stayed at.
Okay, so did you shoot up his house?
Like I said, the gun had jammed up. I was on foot walking up, and he was coming at the house. And the gun Mr. Govan had gave me had jammed up. I had to jump behind the tree, and Bob was trying to get to me.
Okay. Were you ever charged with the attempted murder of Wu
No,
by the state?
no.
But you told them that you tried to kill somebody and the gun jammed up, but they didn't charge you with a conspiracy or attempted murder or
He
anything?
ain't called no police. Like, it was street stuff. Ain't nobody attempt, like, he shot back. Like, it was a shootout. After that, it was unity.
Well, with Mr. Dolph, though, that was a shootout too, because they shot back at you and they hit you
We
twice.
shot first, though. We shot first, so it really wasn't. We ran as they were shooting back. We were pulling off as he was shooting back.
Okay. In your statement to the police in March of 2022 and Mr. Hagerman, do you remember telling them that two masked men met you prior to your arrest and gave you $50,000 in cash inside a brown paper bag?
No, I ain't tell them nothing like that.
All right. Did you tell them about? Okay, you didn't tell them. Got it. At some point, money showed up for your lawyer after you got arrested. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And then you were talking to the police, and they asked you what did the money mean, and you said it was understood that you were on Jook's team. Is that correct?
No, I ain't say nothing like that.
You sure? Because I got it on video. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
was
going to
on
ask you
Jook
again.
team.
Yeah, they said, is it understood what you were going to be doing that they paid for your lawyer?
Nah, I wanted my money. The hit already been done.
You're in prison, and 38,000 or 50,000 or whatever just shows up to pay your lawyer. Is that correct?
Yeah, the money came.
All right, and that came from Mr. Jook's
I don't know
CMG
who
side.
it came from.
So it just magically appeared.
I don't know who it came from. Like I said, I couldn't call nobody. I don't know who it came from.
Do you remember talking to the police on August 10th of 2022?
Probably did. What was it?
Well, I'm going to show you what was said, and we're going to go through it. May I approach the witnesses? I want you to read paragraph 17 to yourself, and I'm going to have a handful of questions.
Yeah, can we approach, you might get half of the 15, please? Hold on for just a second.
We're going to have a bunch of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I repeat it back for asking questions? You remember talking to agents back in August of 2022? We've established that, right?
All right.
All right. Who is Vanessa Covington?
My sister.
And you stated to the police on August 10th of 2022 that you had Vanessa Covington, I guess her married name is Holmes, try to reach out to a lawyer for you, right?
Correct.
All right. And then she told you that we don't have any money.
Correct.
Her husband contacted a lawyer named Taurus Bailey, is that right?
Correct.
And that you told her that you needed to get word to Mims through Arthur Horn, attorney for Anthony Mims, correct?
Correct.
So you told your sister to reach out to Jook's lawyer, Arthur Horn.
No, I did not tell my sister that. I told the lawyer that.
Okay, so you told your lawyer, reach out to Jook's lawyer, Arthur Horn.
To get his money.
Okay.
But he didn't represent me.
All right. And so the lawyer did get some money from Arthur Horn.
Yeah.
And Arthur Horn is Jook's lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point, Mr. Bailey advised you that payments have been made.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be $50,000, right?
Supposed to.
And there's no trail of it, it was just cash, is what he told you, you got paid cash.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Horn didn't want this coming back to him, so he just paid out cash to Mr. Bailey.
I don't know how he got paid. I don't know. Yeah, he got paid though.
All right.
When he got there.
And then Mr. Bailey backed out of your case shortly thereafter, and another lawyer came on your case, right?
Bailey wasn't able to represent me because the judge went down.
Okay.
The judge was saying.
So he's been paid full, either be it 50,000, 30, whatever it is, he's been paid. And then he gets you another lawyer, right?
Right.
And the same 38,000 in cash shows up for that lawyer, right?
Right.
All right. And you guys talked about that cash, and in fact, your lawyer during this interview with the police in August said, whoa, this money's all documented and all that stuff, right? Your lawyer talked for a while trying to explain where this money came from, right?
I can't remember. I recall. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one of the detectives also jumped up and said, now that they paid for your lawyer, it was understood that you were with them, or words to that extent.
What you mean? With what?
If I pay for your lawyer, wouldn't I expect you to help me out and keep your mouth shut?
No, not necessarily, because if you bring me a part of this, and then you know what I'm saying, like you make your statement to the police, and you hire me to do this and make a statement and turn me in, then right, wrong. I might as well go with the same person that hired me and made a statement on me. I might as well just keep it real and tell the truth. This is who hired me, right? And then there it goes. This is who brought me.
Okay. When you tried, they asked you again.
I don't know Jook and them like that. I don't know Jook.
Okay.
So I'm not with them.
When they gave you the money,
They didn't give me the money. I was locked up.
when they gave the lawyer the money, you think Mr. Govan came up with $50,000 in cash to pay the lawyer?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
All right, we've already answered this. You said you know it came from there, the lawyer told you. I got it. So let's move from that to, was Mr. Jook ever interviewed by the police in this case?
I don't know.
You read the discovery in your case, did you not?
I ain't read all that. I ain't had a whole 1,000-some pages.
All right. So in here, when you said I looked at the discovery after your March interview,
I
that's
saw
how
my part. I saw my part. My part was short.
your part was short, even though you're the one with the AK-47 committing a murder, telling them about AutoZone, telling them about I went here, I went there. Let's go back. All right. You talked about pressure wool. You know pressure wool, right?
Yeah.
You know what it looks like. You've been there before.
Yeah.
Sometimes people sell drugs there.
I don't know, but I don't know what go on in prison with a word like that. I can't say all that.
All right.
I can't say all that.
You said you've been to pressure. What did you go to pressure wool for?
I went up there with him to get Mr. Govan to get his car washed before. And then I went the day of the shooting and I met Mr. Govan up there.
All right. So is it your testimony now, after I just asked you, you've been there before and you know what it looks like? You've only been there twice. Is that your
I
testimony?
can't tell you how many times I've been to get a car washed, sir.
Okay. You live in the same neighborhood as Mr. Govan, just a couple minutes away.
Yes, sir.
The pressure roll is just a couple minutes away from both you guys.
Yes, sir.
And you know what it looks like.
Yes, sir.
And you've been there.
Yes, sir.
You've been there without Mr. Govan.
No, sir.
Okay, so is it fair to say then you're saying you've only been there twice in your life?
I can't tell you because I've probably been there 2-3 times with him. I don't know. I just can't tell you, sir.
Okay, so it was, I went there to get my car, he got his car
Objection, Your
washed.
Honor, ask and answer.
Why don't they, well, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I apologize. You went there one time with Mr. Govan so he could wash his car.
Get it car wash.
Okay. And then the next time you mentioned it was to pick up your phone.
If you want to say that, yes, sir. I went back to pick my phone up from him at the car wash. He told me to meet him where he get his car wash at because I already knew. So, I went there and met him.
And then there may have been other times you went to the car wash with Mr. Govan.
No, I'm not saying all that, sir.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
When you go to pressure wolf, you do notice there's cameras all around the building and there's only one way in and
I
out.
don't notice all that, but it might be.
Okay. So if I'm a good detective and you say I went to pressure wolf, certainly they would have gone to pressure wolf, seen the cameras and asked for the surveillance footage, right?
I don't know what they did, sir. I can't do their job for. I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what they did, sir.
All right. When you talked about when the meeting happened, was it just you and Jook when the meeting happened?
No, me, Jook, and Mr. Hernandez Govan, sir.
And was that planned in advance?
Nah, I told you I was just pulling up 5 pills. Actually, Jook was already over there. And
Okay.
Govan was like, we're going to see right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going to be the other day.
All
And
right.
Jook like, hold on. Put them phones, you know what I'm saying? Don't trust you like that.
With regards to trying to figure out when this meeting happened with Jook, that's the first time you saw him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
First time I saw him.
And you just know Mr. Govan for a very short period of time prior to this meeting, right?
Right.
Okay, but Govan, even though you don't even know him, approached you and said you want to kill some people.
Now he said, paperwork got hits on the head. Not you want to kill some people.
Okay.
Paperwork got hits on the head. Boundaries on it.
Right, so,
This how I turn. You
okay.
know what I'm saying? Street. This
He
how I
just-
turn. I always seen.
So is he doing a public service announcement saying, hey, there's a
Nah,
bounty on these
nah.
people, or is he
You don't
telling
do
you to
shit
do
like
it?
that. You don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You first you gotta figure a person out. So that's basically what he was doing, figuring me out. He said I was buying pills from him. So I probably need a little money because I get pills on credit or whatever from him. You know what I'm saying? And he saw me and Bobby tight, so he figured me out and was like, you wanna make some money?
Okay. And so this is a murder Mr. Govan couldn't do himself to make $100,000. He needed you to do it and maybe get 10,000 out of it.
I don't know what he could have did himself, but I don't know. I can't tell you all this, sir. He had a whole bunch of young guys around, you know what I'm saying? So I guess he wanted to just send us on help,
So now he had a whole bunch of guys that he was talking to this
Nah,
about.
I'm saying he had young guys around, we'll come around. So,
So is everybody supposed to be told, go out and kill people and make some
I
money?
don't know, sir. I don't know, but I'm not finna sit here and lie, sir.
Okay, but now you're telling me that he had other young people out here and everybody knew that there was a price on
I
Dolph.
didn't say everybody. I don't know who all knew, sir, but I know me, Bobby, Justin, and the other guy. I don't know who I knew because I'm not with their little crew. So what they talked about when I went around, I don't know, sir. You know what I'm saying? I was Bobby's partner. I wasn't his partner really, but once me and Bobby, he saw me and Bobby was, then he, started, trying to play a bundle.
All right. So a gentleman that you've just recently met decides he's going to trust you enough to tell you that there's a price on people's head. And just like that, you trust some guy living in Orange Mound to be able to come through with the money based on his representation.
Nah, it wasn't even representation. It's just, when you hungry for some money, you would get out there and get your hand dirty, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I had already saw Jook, like after he told us, and we went on one mission, and Bobby clarified that, his brother good for it, and Jook was over there when I met, and Jook clarified that our money was gonna be good. It's go time.
Right, but remember,
We done been to the club together and everything.
I get it, but
And
let's,
Jook was at the club too.
right, I understand Joe told you the money was good, but the problem with that statement is you'd already shot at Mr. Wu, so you said close to a month or so before meeting
Nah,
with
I
Joe.
didn't say no Monday, so before meeting no Jook. I didn't say that. It was a couple days later. When I
Okay.
pulled up and got them pills, it probably was the next day or 2, 3 days later. I can't remember the timeline, but it wasn't no couple months.
So when you said 2 weeks, maybe a month,
Nah,
that was incorrect.
I didn't say that, sir. I didn't say that. It was like probably the next day I pulled up over the battlefield from the next day or two. I don't know exactly when. And he was like, here go the seat right here. This who put their work in, who shot it whoop.
All right, so if all this is already known and understood, why would Mr. Jook need you to take your phones out and then walk you through how much everybody's worth? You already knew all that.
If you want to be honest with you, I can be honest with you. Because they were saying that Mr. Govan was like one straight or nothing like that, was like informing and stuff like that. And, you know, they were saying that he was police. So,
Okay.
that's why all the phones got to go outside, you know, when you talk around.
So let me back this up. You were told at the meeting that Mr. Govan could be police.
Nah, Bobby been told me that.
So Bobby told you.
And then the streets talk, you know, people in the neighborhoods were saying that, you know, he had got him popped and he had got him sent to jail and he was setting him up and stuff like that.
So let's maybe go back to scratch. You just met this guy for a short period of time over the summer. Bobby's already told you he's a snitch, maybe works for the feds.
But you can't tell me nothing about no bad like that. If he ain't did no wrong, he ain't did no police stuff. He ain't police me, so I don't just take you to the streets say that about anybody. You know what I'm saying? They probably saying it about me right now.
Your friend Bobby Carter told you that. Your friend.
Associate.
Okay.
I don't have friends. I have associates.
All right. Your associate told you that this man that you just met is a federal snitch. You can't trust him, right?
Yeah, but people say they're better than better, man. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you ain't did no police stuff to me. Like, I ain't got no bad to say about you. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
You cool. He did.
So,
you know, streets talk like that all the time, associates or whatever. Because he probably seen how me and him get, and he ain't like that, so he come with the, you know, he's police. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't listen to what people say.
all right, so let me just ask.
It's just like proving guilty until proven innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the problem we're having. So let me ask you some
Innocent
questions.
until proven guilty, however you gotta get.
All right, so before you meet Mr. Govan, according to you, whenever that was, Bobby Carter's already giving you rumors, your associate, that he's a snitch, you can't trust him.
Nah, not before, after me and him start, you know what I'm saying, hanging out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That was Bobby.
All right, so now you're saying Bobby told you he was a snitch after you guys started hanging out?
After he saw how our relationship was, this when he was like, you know what I'm saying, can't trust him, you know, that's why I feel bad. He was like, that's why he want to take a pause in. Ain't none of this or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying?
So your associate, Bobby Carter, that introduced you to Mr. Govan, fell back because you didn't trust Mr. Govan.
Yeah, because me and Bobby had a problem too, though, so that's why I really didn't believe it, because he had put my pal on play and stuff, so I really just ain't believe everything people were saying, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now you and your associate, Bobby Carter, had problems as well. So you didn't believe it.
Yeah, so I was like really more around him than Bobby. I had feel bad for Bobby because we had little different problems and stuff too. You know?
So the same guy you went shooting with, you guys had a disagreement, so you weren't friends anymore.
Yeah.
So the car where it's parked, even though Bobby lives just a couple of doors down, we're gonna keep saying it's across from Govan's house. It was actually in front of an abandoned house, right? One or two down from Govan.
What?
The car, when you guys dropped off the Mercedes.
It was right across the street at the abandoned house from his house.
Okay, which is two doors down, but on the same street from Bobby Carter's house.
Yeah, it's on the same side as Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On the same side as Bobby, but right across the street from his Govan house.
Did Bobby ever tell you, call you, and say, why is there a fancy Mercedes sitting in front of my house with a busted window?
I wasn't talking to Bobby at the time. Bobby texted me and said, you niggas ain't gonna fuck with me. It's actually in my phone, so Bobby the one, I don't know.
When you talked to the police regarding the meeting, you said the meeting took place around the time Braylon Murray was murdered. You remember that?
Who?
Braylon Murray.
Who are they?
Could I show him? I'm going to give you the police. I want you to look at the highlighted portion of paragraph 9 of the debrief for the thing. You mentioned you've seen the discovery about you, so this is about you. You agree that the feds wrote up a long 6-page summary about your interview, right?
I ain't had any much school.
Okay, so your lawyer, over the last 3 years, has never shown you your own statement to the police.
No, I ain't get on the school.
So you're basically telling me your lawyer is a complete buffoon that didn't share your own
No,
discovery with
I
you.
wouldn't say that, my lord. I'm not saying it, because I told him I didn't want the rest of the discovery. So I didn't say that. I just said I didn't get all my discovery.
So, you know, specifically the interviews that you did with the police, maybe the most important thing, he didn't give those to you.
I didn't care to get all it. After these thick pages came, I didn't care to get no more.
Let me hand that to him, just read the highlighted portion to yourself.
I don't know who that is. What's the nickname?
I don't know, that's what the police said you wrote. You told them, CD was you at the time, that's the phrase, the initials they were using for you. Said the August 13th, 2021, this meeting was around there, around the same time Braylon Marty was murdered, right?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Tell me, how many people have you shot over your life, your career?
My career is not a career, for one, but I went to jail in 2011 for an aggravated assault charge. That's it.
Okay, but I'm just asking you, how many people have you shot? We've got Wu down, who else?
I haven't shot Wu. I shot Ed Wu. It's a difference.
All right, tell these nice people in the jury box, how many people have you shot at?
One. How many people have I shot at?
Yeah.
Wu, and I shot a guy in 2011, and Dolph. That's it.
All right,
Not criminals just doing stuff like that.
okay. Can I retrieve that deputy? You got arrested on December 9th in that intoxicated state that we talked about, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta say yes or no.
Yes, sir. I was under the influence.
Okay. The police still interviewed you on the 9th, is that correct?
Because I said I talked to him because I figured as long as I don't incriminate myself, they'll let me go.
Okay. And then do you remember your girlfriend Angela Arnold talking to the police on December 14th?
I remember. I wasn't there. I was locked up, but I remember.
All right. Do you remember calling from the jail on December 12th before she gave her statement to talk to her?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember asking for an alibi from Angela so you wouldn't be mixed up in this thing?
Alibi? What you mean?
But you didn't do it.
No, I probably did. 9 times out of 10 I did because, I'm trying to get out of it.
And then you also called Shay. Is that Letitia Jackson?
Yes, sir.
And you also talked to her on December 12th, talking about what exactly happened, that you were being charged with murder. Remember that?
No, I don't remember. That was my birthday, though, but I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember being told that Angela went and talked to the police on the 14th of
Yeah,
December?
I remember.
All right. After that call, do you remember calling Uncle Ron and asking him to find out what Angela said to the police?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. And aside from Uncle Ron, you also called your brother Quez to find out what Angela said to the police on the 14th, right?
Probably.
All right. And aside from Uncle Ron and your brother Quez, you also called Shay about it, right, to contact Angela.
Probably.
And then you, aside from Uncle Ron, your brother Quez, Shay, your child's mother, you also asked Kiana, your sister, to find out what Angela told the police. You have to say yes or no.
Probably.
Okay. And do you remember your family telling Angela, do not go down to the police station to make a second statement?
What you mean, my family? Who is my family?
Shay.
Nah, Shay my kid's mama. Only others don't even get along. So I know that. I remember that.
Deputy, could you show him the jail recorded phone call from December 15th, 2021, right here, please? Could you read it out to yourself? Just read it to yourself.
December what?
15th, 2021. I've highlighted it for you, where it says Smith said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if I could retrieve that back. You remember telling your family, tell Angela Arnold not to go down to the detective's office until you came home.
But,
That's a yes, right?
yeah, I read about that. I see it.
Okay. And then underneath it, you can look at it as well again. And you also tell Uncle Ron, go talk to Angela before she goes back to the police.
Yeah, I read about that.
Okay. And then did you yourself on the 15th talk to Angela Arnold at 8:27 p.m. to talk about her interview with the police?
If it's right there, I read.
I don't wanna-
I did.
Okay, well, I know your memory
If
is
it's a jailhouse phone call, yes, sir. It's right there, black and white.
just take a look at it, because I don't want you to misunderstand any dates, because I know it's a little iffy.
What date you said?
The top of the page, read the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Could I get that back, Deputy? So on that day, you asked Angela, tell you what she's going to do, because you wanted to figure this shit out. And you don't want her going down to the police until you get out, so you guys can go with a lawyer, is that right?
Right. I don't know. That part ain't on there, but yeah, till I get out.
Yeah. Okay. And then you also told her to say she doesn't know anything about it. Keep up with the false statement that she's already made.
Nah, because she ain't make no false statement, so, she told them what she knew.
But on the 14th, she said she didn't know anything.
I don't know what she told them. I wasn't there, sir. You know what I'm saying? But she told them she what she knew, and
So she had no idea that this was going to go down before it went down on November 17th, right?
Nah, she ain't know till November 17th.
Right.
She ain't know till the day. When she picked me up, I had to go and tell her and keep her aware of what was what. And quick, like, make sure it was to stay happy, man. Make sure she stay happy.
All right, but then you also used her to go buy the car cover at AutoZone
Yeah,
2 days
that
after
was
the
big.
shooting.
Yo, that was big.
Right, but at that point, she knows she's hiding evidence, right, by buying this car cover to hide the car.
Nah, she ain't know she had no evidence or nothing like that. Under the green, man. She ain't know nothing about what she was doing or nothing like that. I just told her go buy a car cover. She ain't know what car it was for.
Okay. So even though you guys committed a shooting in a car, you didn't tell her anything about it, just said go buy a car cover. She was like, okay, I'll do it.
Nah, I told her I got shot and stuff. I said, man, just go in there and get a universal car cover for me. You know what I'm saying? She ain't know what car that was that car cover finna go on. She ain't know that.
You've just been shot 2 days earlier. She picks you up at a strange apartment that she doesn't live at, where you've got bandages. You tell her to go buy a car cover and she doesn't ask any questions.
Nah, I told her, man, I did tell her that, we just got into a little shootout and, it was I told her it was a $1.5 million hit on Dolph. That's what I told her, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. So you told your girlfriend that you were going to get $1.5 million for killing Dolph shortly after that, right?
Yeah.
And then it became $1 million.
No. I told her 1.5.
Okay.
But it was really 100,000. I never said no million. I never said no 200,000. Whatever you trying to get it. I never said that.
Like I said anything, I just have paperwork in front of me. So when Angela testifies, I'm going to ask her. She'll say that I agree with you. The 1.5 million is the first thing you mentioned. So you didn't mention to her $1 million.
I ain't say no better.
You didn't mention $500,000 to her.
No.
Right. Did you mention to her that you talked to Shay, your child's mother, and said you're gonna use that money to buy a house for them and live happily ever after?
Nah, I ain't, cause I ain't never said no shit like this to Shay, man. I ain't say we were living happy ever after, man. I just said, I was gonna, make sure if God would've, well, I ain't gonna say if God, cause God don't bless evil, but if I would've got away with it and I would've got the little 50,000, I would've blessed my children's mother with about 10 so they could get them a house or something. And I sent their text messages and they wanna know we gonna be happy ever after and all that. Nah.
Do you remember when another lawyer named Luke Evans, I think, was a lawyer? He asked you about that, and you said, "I was just running game on her. Doesn't mean anything." You ran game on Angela, right?
No, I ain't run game on them.
Who you run game on?
I ain't run game on nobody. Because my children mother was going, get in. I was going to put them down in the house. You can't buy no house for no 40,000 or nothing like that.
He's gonna find it for me.
Yeah, it was just running games is like just telling them like,
lying to them.
no, I wouldn't say lying. It just, man and women talking. She know me, I know her. She know I'm full of shit. I know she full of shit. Basically.
All right,
Just
so
put a smile on each other's face, laugh. Something to laugh about.
Deputy, could I have you, I'm looking at page 153, please. Could you better read that page, please? Can I retrieve that, Deputy? All right. So the question was asked by Mr. Evans, but you're telling her you're gonna buy her a house. Answer, I said that the day before, I said that the day before. Question, the day before? Answer, yeah, I tell a female a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like that, my baby mama. I was just trying to get back with her or whatever. I ain't just like, it's just game. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. It ain't about all, it's just game. So when I asked you that you were trying to get back with your baby's mother, and you said that to this other lawyer, that's a lie.
Well, no, because if it's right there, you know what I'm saying? If I said it then, how I feel now about her and how I feel then, different time.
All right.
Been 44 months, man.
I understand. And you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, do you?
I don't know if I want to spend the rest of their life in prison, but I gotta do whatever they give me to do. If they give me life, then it's just my life. You know what I'm saying? I did the crime.
Okay. So let me finish up this. So when he talked to you about the day before, yeah, I tell a female a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like that, my baby mama. I was just trying to get back with her or whatever. It ain't just like, it's just a game. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. It ain't all about all. It's just game. Question, so you're just lying to her too? Answer, I ain't saying lying. I ain't gonna say that. Game and lying is two different things because, tell a person what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You said that, right?
I just told you, yeah.
Right. And you're running the
Kind of.
game.
How I feel about her now, how I feel being different. You know what I'm saying? Once again, same response.
I agree, but it's a very
So you
eye-opening statement to me. Tell people what they want to hear. It's just a game.
No. It's different from that. It's totally different, sir.
Okay. So when you said
This ain't game right here. This shit real, man.
Okay.
Somebody lost their life.
Right.
This ain't game right here.
And you want to make amends for that, right?
I pray every day. Ask God to forgive me, you know what I'm saying? Ask that family to forgive me and stuff like that.
All right. It's been 4 years. Why did you just take a guilty plea so the family didn't have to worry about it? You still haven't pled guilty to this case.
Why did I just take a guilty
gonna give you what they're gonna give you.
Yeah, they are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'ma just keep it real, you know. Same person that hired me, you know. Same person that, you know what I'm saying, kept it real with them. So I'ma keep it real too, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know nothing about this. I ain't had no beef with paper route. I ain't into no paper route. I don't know none of them. And I not met Mr. Hernandez Govan, and he told me about the hit on all their head and stuff. I wouldn't be sitting up here, sir. I still be up there popping my pills, minding my business.
All right. With regards to after the shooting, you said you went to the car and you cleaned it at night, correct?
Yes, sir.
The car in which you were bleeding from your shoulder wound and maybe or maybe not from your leg wound.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you mentioned that you took bleaching peroxide and wiped it down.
I didn't say what it was. I said I don't know exactly what, I can't recall exactly what I sprayed. Clean stuff. Clean stuff.
Just give me a second, I'll show you the statement.
Okay. If it's there and I said, I admit it is there, but I don't remember. I can't just tell you, yeah, this is what I use right off top right
I'm just asking, how many people have you shot that you can't remember going to clean a car with bleach and
I just
peroxide?
told you, sir, I ain't shoot nobody but a guy in 2011. I shot Ed Wood and Young Dolph. I don't shoot people like that. I'm not that kind of guy. How many people have you shot, guy?
You remember pulling a gun on your child's mother where she had to get a restraining order against you?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, you didn't shoot at her, but you just pulled a gun on her, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. With regards to that Angela, you've had domestic violence calls as well, as just a few months before all this happened. She called the police on
Am I
you.
on trial, sir?
Well, you should be, but you're not right now. So I'm asking you.
But why you bring up my criminal history? Am I on?
Answer the question.
Yeah,
All right. And then did you also steal TVs and other things to
Yes,
go
sir,
buy
I did.
drugs
Yes,
after
sir.
you stole Angela's property?
yes, sir, I did.
And you've had domestic violence with her as well.
Yes, sir, I did.
But she's still dating you as of today after 4 years of being in
Yes,
prison.
sir. You know, people go through their ups and downs. Every relationship do.
Okay. I'm going to refer the state to page 158 and 159. Sorry, you're going to get your steps in, Deputy. Let's do this again.
No problem.
I want you to read the bottom of that page and the top of the next page.
Mm-hmm.
Could I have it back, Deputy? All right. So the question you asked, just trying to see who asked you the question. Luke Evans asked you the question. It was actually twice. It was also asked on page 153. Question, all right. Now you said you wiped down this car. How did you wipe down this car? Like, what did you do? Answer, what you mean? Question, how did you wipe down the car? What did you do? You walked through the backyard, walked up to the car. What did you do next? Answer, I took a towel and, I had like peroxide and bleach and stuff, and I wiped the car down. Question, peroxide and bleach? Answer, yeah. Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah. You trying to say how I did it with a shot arm? Then you guys go on as to how you would wipe that thing down. Remember 3 different times you talked about bleach and peroxide?
Yep.
And carrying big things of bleach and peroxide to the car?
I ain't say I cared.
Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah.
I had on towel. I didn't say I carried no big, because I remember him asking me, now you shot, so you holding all this. No, I didn't do all
Let's
that.
do it again.
You know, again, I'm asked and answered several times.
It keeps changing.
We'll give him a chance to clear this up.
I'll just ask you again. Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah.
Yeah, it's on that paper, yeah.
At some point in one of your interviews, you mentioned that Justin Johnson gave $500 to the neighbor next to your father's house along with a letter. You remember that?
Yeah.
That happened, right?
Yeah.
All right, and the lady that lives next to your dad's house, is that Vivian Ferguson?
Yeah.
All right. And so she was given $500 by whom?
I wasn't there at the time, but I believe it was Justin Johnson.
Okay, so Justin Johnson arguably would have gone to your dad's neighbor, radius like a grandma, Vivian Ferguson, if I remember correctly, and gave her $500 cash, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point after the shooting, you went to Atlanta, right?
I was coming back from Atlanta when he had took that 500 as well.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask if you know when the 500 went there because I'm certain it's gonna be blurry for you, but after the shooting, you went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right. And then arguably when things cooled down, you came back and there should have been $500 waiting for you with Mrs. Vivian Ferguson, right?
Now I was on my way back from Atlanta when he gave her that 500. I was already en route back to me.
All right. So she would hold the money for you
Yeah,
until you
I
got
was
back.
just a few hours away.
Okay. Yeah. Any idea when that was?
Nah, I can't tell you.
Okay. With regards to when you met Justin, you told us repeatedly to the government that you met him through Mr. Govan. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you remember making an intoxicated statement to the police on December 9th when you were arrested? That you met Mr. Johnson through another rapper that you knew as Miscellaneous. It's like $MISC. You remember saying that?
No,
Okay.
I was under the influence, sir. So I don't recall none of that interview at all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. On December the 9th, the day I got locked up, I was high. My mugshot stayed out. I don't remember nothing.
Okay. So let me back up that day that you got locked up. You were high, but you went to the grocery store, knowing enough it was your daughter's birthday to buy cake and balloons. You went to the school to drop it off. You then were alert enough to notice that.
Nah, I did say I went by Family Dollar, got a telling off.
I'm getting there. You were alert enough to notice that you were being followed by law enforcement, but instead of whatever, you decided to go to the Family Dollar to get some headache pills. You then drive through Mississippi or to Mississippi, and then you're alert enough to know that suddenly not just the unmarked cars, the Jeeps, DeSoto County Police was also following you, right? And then they stopped
They
you.
pulled me over.
They pulled you over.
They follow me. They come behind me. That's what initially made the stop to pull me over for the U.S. Marshals.
All right. Was this on the side of the road?
Yeah, they pulled me over on the side of the road.
Okay. And so, was this near your child's mother's house?
Nah, it was in Mississippi on Irway.
All right. Because when we talked,
State line.
okay, when you talked to the government, you said you were able to get your phone to your child's mother, so you gave her some evidence, and the police figured it out. Was that before or after the police were following you?
They were following me doing the whole time. I didn't know, but after I left my daughter's school, which was right around the corner from my mom's house, I drove down.
Okay, because you didn't tell when the government asked you what happened next. Now you're saying after school, you remember in your intoxicated state, you drove to your child's mother's house and left the important cell phone with her.
After I left her house, that's when I went to Family Dollar and got the $10 PM, because I knew they were following me now. When I was in her apartment, they pulled a 5-car D. I was able to get on out of there. I went to Family Dollar, got the $10 PM, and then I just shot on out.
Okay, so let me get it straight now. So when you went to your child's mother's house, I still have it, it is now your testimony that they were there 5 deep.
They pulled up 5-car D. As I was out there talking to her, they were pulling in the apartments, and I told her to move, and I pulled on up.
Okay. So as you're at the apartment, you see the cops, they somehow just let you get away? When
They was on Mars. You in Mars. They was on Mars. I guess they were waiting on me to meet somebody, make a move. I don't know why they ain't give me right then.
Do you remember telling Uncle Ron, your brother Quez, and all that, prior to all this, that after it happened, that Govan is a federal snitch and you had put sort of a listening device in your jacket?
Oh yeah, I remember saying.
Okay. You remember at one of your many interviews, they showed you photos of weapons that could have been used at the time of the shooting. You remember that? You had to identify photos that they were showing you of guns.
Probably, I can't
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think this was one of the non-intoxicated interviews.
Okay. Well,
One of the guns that they showed you, you said was Justin's and it's old. You remember saying that?
he was on a picture with it.
No, it was just a gun. They sort of did a gun lineup, I guess, if you were. You remember that?
I don't remember.
All right. You remember being shown an AK and some other handguns, and you said those were Angela's guns. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember being shown guns, but I don't remember that.
All right. And it's your testimony under oath, even though you told the police that you met Justin sometime in the past in Miscellaneous. You were too intoxicated, and you have no idea how that name came into your mind to say, I met Justin with Miscellaneous, right? This is random
I
thought.
was under the influence, then.
Right.
I was under the influence.
I get all that.
If you ask the police to interview me, they'll tell you that they had to hold me up to go to the restroom.
Right.
So if you ask them to interview me, I'll take the tape.
All right. And so the first interview where you said Miscellaneous did this, and you had a long interview with the police. Not once did you mention the name Govan, right, in that first
I
interview?
never told them nobody did this. I never told them nobody did that. I never said like, and I never admitted to doing this or being a part of this or nothing. And then
I'm just trying to figure out all the people in the world you could have picked. You said I met Justin through Miscellaneous. Why Miscellaneous? How did that come to your
I
mind?
don't even know no miscellaneous. I'm just being honest, sir.
Okay.
I was under the influence.
All right. Do you remember writing letters to your sisters,
Yes, sir.
Kiana Smith and Vanessa Holmes?
Yes, sir.
All right. With regards to your letter to Kiana Smith, I guess you didn't think it was going to get seized. That was dated 3/3/22. That would be March 3rd, 22. You remember that? Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're basically saying that Angela's lying, LMAO. Angela said she was scared, well, LMAO, she's fucking with my life with her lies. You remember all that?
There, I wrote.
All right. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you.
I know what y'all talking about.
Right, and you go on and on about her lying ass and all that other stuff. So the interesting thing there is, you talked to your sister about a separate case here in Memphis, in the Holly Bobo case. You remember that?
Yeah, when I was explaining my lawyer history, who my lawyer was, that would represent me or whatever, I was just telling them like his history, who he all represented and stuff like that.
Okay. And it says, he being your lawyer, he said, that's the only way I will not do life in jail. And ECT Maine, what is ECT? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Maine just got $50K for this. He talking about one of the men in Holly Bobo case where they raped and killed her, period. He worked with them and they let him walk free. You remember saying that to your sister?
Yeah,
that if he...
I wrote it. Yeah, I wrote it.
So the idea was, this is in March. You're not intoxicated anymore.
No, I ain't intoxicated.
You're writing to her that if I work with the police, just like this guy that raped and killed a woman and walked free because he cooperated, that was...
I actually don't know exactly what the guy did, and what role the guy played that he represented. So I really didn't, and I didn't know the case very well as well. So I didn't know what was the outcome. I don't know what this fit because I didn't know the role. I just know he represented somebody on the case.
So when your family was reaching out to Jook's lawyer, Arthur Horn, and getting other lawyers...
My family didn't reach out to Arthur.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let him finish his question.
I want to be accurate. Yes, your family reached out to Attorney Bailey, who then reached out to Arthur Horn on your behalf to get the money and all that. Got it. But then when Bailey pulled out of the case, you got the same lawyer that got the man in the Holly Bobo case off by cooperating, right?
Right. Yeah.
Deputy, could you show him this, please?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, if I could have it back, Deputy. And this is your handwriting, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. So again, I'll read it. He said that's the only way I will not do life in jail. And then you said he talking about one of the men in Holly Bobo case where they raped and killed her, worked with them, and they let him walk free. That's what you said to your sister about what you were going to do and what you expected to have happen, right? That was your expectation.
Yeah, I was saying what my lawyer had, what my lawyer had did for their client, which I don't know that man role in the Holly Bobo case. I don't know what role he played in that case.
Okay.
So I don't know how he got to walk free. I don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like what role he played in that woman death or whatever. I was just telling them what his history was.
Right, but you chose the one lawyer that you're talking about that said his guy to cooperate and he walked free on the murder, and we're here on the murder, right?
Well, you got somebody to walk free before, so I didn't know exactly what my lawyer did. Like I was just telling them his history.
Okay, well, how do you know that I've gotten somebody to walk free before?
I heard about you. You're a good lawyer.
Okay. I'm not sure how. We've never met, right?
No, we never met, but
I did ask to talk to you.
TV.
Okay, and I have talked to you. I did ask to talk to you through the jail and stuff several times, right?
Did you ask to talk to me?
Yeah. Did your lawyer tell you that I called multiple times to try to talk to you before trial and they said, no, I couldn't talk to you? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Your lawyer didn't tell you that?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
It's okay, I'll withdraw the question. Can I just have a moment there? You remember when I talked to you, it seems like a lifetime ago, where we talked about Gotti's Arthur Horn giving some money for your lawyer, and I asked you, are you on the team and all that? And you said you don't know what I'm talking about. You remember that? Okay, so I'm just gonna play some audio for you. Sorry about this internet thing. I just want you to listen to it carefully. Tell me if that's your voice.
That this was like, was a message given to you that like this is for you to be on their team and not talk?
Pretty much, but not really, but I guess by them making the payment, like, this will be like, just be cool, but since I think.
And as far as you know, since you've obviously had enough TV knowledge or whatever, since you know who I am, you know for a fact that neither Gotti nor Mr. Jook have ever been questioned by the police, right? And I know Mr. Jook died in 2024, about 2.5 years after the shooting. If you're not aware of them ever being questioned, even listening to what I just played for you, right?
No, I haven't talked to, I can't contact Jook, but I don't know them personally.
Okay. And so just before I sit down, we're not sure about the dates, we're not sure about the times. Basically, from this meeting until the murder, it's about 3 months is our best guess before you and Justin did it. The morning of the murder, you didn't call Mr. Govan, did you?
No, we talked to Govan the day before, like when we was already out today.
Well, the reason I ask is you didn't know what you were going to do that morning. Justin just showed up with a stolen white Mercedes, right?
No, we did. We knew they had turkey drive, like I said.
I'm not talking about turkey drive. When Mr. Johnson picked you up, he showed up with a white Mercedes. You didn't know he was coming with a white Mercedes, right?
No, I didn't know he was pulling up in that car.
Right. And you didn't know what guns he was going to bring.
No, I did not.
And you didn't know if you were going to see anybody that day because the turkey drive been going on all week, right?
No, we, like I said before, prior to this, was the day before, we was already out. So we knew that we was, you know what I'm saying? He already let us know. Mr. Govan already let us know, like, y'all gonna get some. And we gonna get some. We ain't just selling nothing. We gonna get some. We got one. We on the move.
And when you happen to see Mr. Dolph, since you said you're not familiar with PR and all that, even though you shot at Mr. Wu some months earlier, how did you know that was him? If you don't know much about PR, how did you know that was Dolph?
Told you I listened to Dolph. I knew Dolph. That's the only one I knew of. I used to listen to him.
Well, the car that we saw is very dark tinted windows.
Everybody knows Dolph cars. All on the sign.
Okay, so he's got a G-Wagon? Yes? If you know everything, then all his cars are...
Nah, like, all of them got the, like, little military stuff on. But he was in there the day before at the gas station.
But you said when you got there, you didn't see him.
Nah, but it was on the internet. It was on the internet.
Okay, so when you now say that Govan told you about these turkey drives, you have access to the internet where you live, right? And you can see all the Instagram blowing up that he's doing all these turkey drives on your own. You knew that, right? You didn't...
Yeah, we all knew that they were doing turkey drives.
Right, because it almost sounds like we're being a child, right? You commit a murder and you're like, Govan told me to get rid of the gun, or Govan told me to get rid of the phone, or Govan said hide the car. You've been a pretty good criminal until then. You know you're supposed to do these things, right? You don't need it spoon-fed from that guy to say, hey, maybe hide the evidence from the murder, right?
Actually, I didn't know anything about the hit until Mr. Govan brought me in. He the one hired me to do the hits or whatever. I didn't know anything about paper route having no hit. I didn't know anything about Justin Johnson. I met all that to Mr. Hernandez Govan. You see him right there.
And Jook was supposed to give you the money. And you met him and he told you he would.
No, Jook wasn't doing all the talking. Mr. Hernandez Govan was doing all the talking, like I said. Jook was like, he put them phones outside and he was just like shaking his head, like whatever he was saying, like the money gonna be good. That was Mr. Hernandez was talking. He was like, you know what I'm saying? This little C right here. This
Right.
what he did.
So the guy that you just met, that Bobby Carter, your associate, said might be a snitch, that's your listening to. Can we play this clip that you told the police? Sorry, we have to switch computers, everybody.
it was one day when Angela was outright, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to courthouse to get the X pills from him, and Jook was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Jook, this little secret right here, and mine, Jook was like, he don't know. First, he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He ain't say my phone, he saying quit phone. I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So, took the phone outside, and Jook was like, is it hit him out here, he get him, and he got us. And okay, I was like, exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
Thank you. You remember saying that when you had this run-in with Jook just by chance, that he was doing all the talking about the hits. Assuming this is true.
Yeah, Govan was too. Mr. Hernandez Govan.
So what I'm hearing, when you say it was
That's
just,
me.
and Jook also knew that Govan could have been a federal snitch, that's why he made you move the
I
phones out.
don't know nothing about that because I don't know Jook like that. I don't know what Jook knew about Mr. Hernandez Govan, but that was what I had heard, that he was a federal snitch, and every time somebody said he'd shoot at him, so that's why I ain't believe. So.
But you said earlier, about an hour or so ago, that even Jook knew about him being law enforcement, and that's why he made you take the phones outside.
That's what they said, but I don't know what Jook knew about him, because I don't know Jook like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I was assuming, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he tell us to take the phone out. That's what I was
And
assuming.
you're familiar with CMG, right?
I know the artists, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know them personally.
With regards to knowing Dolph and his music, you've heard of the song 100 Shots, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you know people have been trying to kill Dolph for 3 to 4 years prior to this, prior to him doing it.
Yeah.
All right, and you know that CMG had people all over the country trying to kill him, Los Angeles, Charlotte, etc. You know that, right? You read about it because you're a fan.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who it was or nothing like that. I don't know, but I know they've been having beef. I know they were.
All right, and your guy is very successful, wealthy, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So all the people that they could have hired to kill the biggest name in Memphis, they pick some no-name guy that sells a couple of pills on Bradley Street in Orange Mound to set you up to go kill somebody instead of paying some real professionals what they're doing, even though he's been shot at repeatedly in other places, right?
Yeah. Come from Mr. Hernandez Govan, he was saying I ain't want nobody on their camp doing it, so that's why he had us
Okay,
on the team.
yeah, Govan set it all up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's how I met. That's how I knew about it. I ain't know nothing about it.
You didn't know nothing living in the streets that there was a price on Dolph's head, that he'd been shot at, even though you know
I
it's
know
music.
he been shot at him, been shot, but I didn't know like to connect with Jook to talk about I do it. No. I do it pick me. No. Mr. Hernandez Govan, how we do the job.
I appreciate your time.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Darn, you have it, I gotta check on something, I may have a couple more questions for, we need a break. We need to take a break. Let's stay in a brief recess.
Court stands in a brief recess. Jury following.
It's we in the streets with it. In the street. I just got a drop on the op, by the blow up the spot, make it hot. Yeah. I just got a drop on the op, by the blow up the spot, make it hot.
Like life, like a movie, like a book. So, you know, certain people that's in like the first scene, second scene, and you know what I'm saying, first chapter, third chapter, second chapter, they ain't meant to be a part of your life. You know what I'm saying? The whole ride. You know what I'm saying? They meant to be a part of the history, but they ain't meant to be there the whole time. A lot of people don't understand that, but you know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that and know that. It just they meant to be there for a certain amount of time. Some people be, you know what I mean? Got a little longer time, but everybody ain't meant to be with you, attached to you for the rest of your life.
Gave her some space, she in orbit, and keeping. These days is the last days, cause you gotta die just to see the clout. I came a long way. I came a long way.
All right, boom. So fair use is in effect, man. So boom. Sorry y'all been out and about, but we back. That was a bit of a long cross-examination. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he was going in circles, but at the end of the day got to end. It's a bit more the same difference. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you just get into the vibes, at least do me a favor and hit that like button. Now, we are watching the Young Dolph trial continues. This is the sequel to the first trial. This time, Hernandez Govan is in the hot seat. Now, let me see if they came back from break yet. They asked early in the chat, how long do I think this trial will be going? I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be a week or less. It's looking like a week or less. Interesting start to it. Interesting start to the whole trial that came in with key witness statements from Cornelius, uh one of the trigger man in a Dolph situation. And I mean, a lot of people gonna have mixed feelings about the importance of his testimony. Was it important? It wasn't that important. This and that, right? But at the end of the day, it's key evidence going along with it. He admitted to not receiving payment. He admitted to receiving payment to buy a cover for the vehicle, which is guilt to buying a cover. Why did Govan wanted the vehicle covered up? Because he already knew them boys was hot. The vehicle was hot. And how did he know? Because it was right across the street from him. Now, interesting name that came up is Bobby. I wonder if Bobby is going to be a witness in this trial, y'all. Y'all remember Bobby? Bobby is a throwback character that was unlocked at the beginning of the young Dolph situation. He was one of the people seen at the gas station with the white Mercedes. Now, interesting enough, the lawyer threw in the name Ingram, saying that Ingram is the one who lost his bag with his ID and his wallet inside of the Stolo, aka the stolen Mercedes Benz that was used in the crime, that was used in the unaliving, the assassination, the murder for hire of young Dolph, of Dolph Thornton. Now, here's what we know so far. Govan is in the building. He's with his lawyer. They're taking a not guilty verdict. Now, how are they proving his innocence with all this evidence? Well, that's what's about to make the trial, y'all. One of the longest going trials in the history of Tennessee. The excuse me, y'all. The Young Dolph trial, the sequel, part 2, Govan Hernandez. Now, will Govan go down with up like they back? Like they back. So will it look like Govan go down with straight drop, who has already been sentenced for the unaliving of Dolph Thornton, aka Young Dolph, and he received a year. I mean, a life sentence without a chance to ever parole out. Now, if he did appeal, I can't answer those questions, but it seems like court is back in session. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor, double tap the screen, hit that like button. If you're feeling the vibe, well, go ahead and subscribe. So we're waiting for the jury to be seated, and then we'll continue. I think we heard from the state side they had just a few more questions before they let out for the evening. Now, we're not gonna pretend that key names weren't dropped in the proceedings of today. A big artist. We're not gonna say exactly who, but everybody already know when you're saying CMG, who is CEO If that is, will it be a backdoor Rico or we just gonna wait and we're gonna see?
So the date she got arrested, that was December the 9th, 2021.
Correct.
And you spoke with police that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Rohr asked you about you stating that you met Justin Johnson through a person named Miscellaneous.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know a person named Miscellaneous?
No, ma'am.
Do you know a person named Justin Taylor?
After being locked up, I realized who he was.
Okay, who was Justin Taylor?
He used to be around Hernandez Govan and Justin Johnson.
And that's a different person than Justin Johnson, right? Justin Taylor, Justin Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned this in your interview, you met Justin Taylor through Miscellaneous. You remember that saying that?
No, I don't recall saying it.
All right, if that was what you said in your interview, that you about right?
Yeah, that was under the influence.
All right. We can play that.
So if you just coming in to, we already watched the cross from Govan's lawyer. Now it's back on the state for a few more questions before they end today's proceedings.
And Cornelius, do you recognize the person in this video?
Yeah, it looked like me.
Okay.
So it look like me.
Play this.
Did you speak with a Justin Taylor? I'm trying to see that. Well, I had to. I don't know what I did. Okay, you may know him as Drop or T. I know him. Okay, did you talk to him that day? I probably did. Yeah, I did. What did y'all? I can't remember the whole conversation. I can't remember who I probably did. Okay. But I know him because, you know, you little brother, I'm 32. Okay. How do you know Justin? I don't know because I met him for one of my parties. Which party is it? Would be my rapper name, Miscellaneous. Miss who? Miscellaneous.
They were asking you about Justin Taylor. You called it. And that's who you know.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's who you're answering about.
Yes, ma'am.
Also during the cross-examination, you were asked about some payments between cash and cash out. You recall that?
Yes, ma'am. That's when I cut my interview off.
Okay. Who was paid via cash out? Or what was the conversation involving cash out? Because you mentioned that was two different instances you talked about.
Justin was saying that he was gonna cash out Mr. Hernandez Govan some money to get the car cover or whatever.
Okay.
And he got me cash.
Okay. All right. And like I said, the incident happened November 17th, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't initially speak with the police to December the 9th, 2021.
Correct.
And it was even later than that when you mentioned about AutoZone, right?
Correct.
So it could have been
Objection, leading, speculating, Your Honor, could have been.
well, possibly 5 to 6 months later when you spoke with him about
Yeah,
AutoZone.
when I first spoke to detectives, I wasn't, putting myself in it. saying that I did it, saying that I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was under the influence December the 9th, and the conversation we was having really was like, all right, if I don't incriminate myself in this, they gonna let me go. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working.
And last, you were asked about a message that was sent to Jook in December, I believe, 2021. You recall that?
Yes, ma'am. I had looked, I forgot what website, but I sent them a message like, when he go in homeboy, let's see, man. I'm trying to get with you so I can get my money.
At times, would you sometimes use Angela's phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you have possibly used Angela's phone to send that message?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no further questions.
Should ask the government to play the same audio clip instead of. Was that theoretical matter? Okay, thanks. Well, just
We
know
have
that, a couple times while we were talking over the last hour or two, I called your girlfriend Angela Adams. Do you remember that? Okay, people sometimes say the names wrong, right? You gotta say yes or no.
Yeah.
All right. They're asking me about Justin Taylor. Do you know Justin Taylor?
Oh, I met him through Mr. Hernandez. Just
Okay, but the reason I ask is you said you talked to Justin that day of the shooting.
Justin Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's straight drop Justin Johnson.
Right, and the cop says Justin Taylor, you may know him as Drop. Do you remember hearing that? She's going to play it again for you. So I don't want to pull the wool over the jury's eyes. You knew exactly who he was talking about. He just switched out the names, just like I've done, and the jury certainly did because there's so many people involved. When he said, did you talk to Justin Taylor, Drop, or whatever, on the day of the homicide, you meant Justin Johnson, because you said yes, right?
I didn't incriminate myself.
I'm not asking.
None of them that day. So when they were talking to me, I was under the influence, but I wasn't incriminating myself at the same time.
Okay. I understand that. It simply said, did you talk to Justin Taylor, Rob, or some other nickname? And you said yes, right? We'll just play it. We'll get to the bottom of it. I mean, you and I both know who they were talking about, right? That
Nah, at the time I did. They asked names that I don't know. I didn't know Mr. Hernandez Govan first name. I didn't know Justin Johnson first name. I didn't know nothing about nobody first name. When I first got locked up, I didn't know none of their first name.
Whoa. So now you're telling this jury you didn't know Justin Johnson's first name until you
were
got locked up?
They asked Justin Johnson, you might know him as Straight Drop. They were telling me their names before I got locked up. Like before I got locked up, I ain't know none of their first names. Like
Okay.
his name was Quick, you know, Justin John's name was Straight Drop.
Well, when the government asked you about Justin Johnson, you described exactly how it happened, how
I
he
had
introduced you.
I had paperwork with everybody's name.
Right, but I thought you didn't have a lot of the discovery, but now you have the names.
I don't have all my discovery. That's what I said. But the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, with everybody's name in it, I got it.
All right, so the man you went to go kill Dolph with in cold blood in broad daylight, that you'd known for about 4 months at that point, you didn't know his name was Justin. Never called him that.
No.
And you had his phone number. You called him bro, so how did you know his name was Drop? Did you just call him brother?
That's how you had Straight Drop. That was his rap name, so I just called him Drop. I ain't know nobody legal name. They ain't know my legal name. They called me Lil C. They ain't know my legal name. They just went off with everybody called me Lil C.
Can we play the audio, please?
Well, let's see.
Did you speak with a Justin Taylor for that day? Justin Taylor. I ain't seen that. Well, I had to. You looked at I don't know what I did. Okay, you may know him as Drop or Ted. I know him. Okay, did you talk to him that day? I probably did. Yeah, I did. What did y'all say?
Keep going until he says miscellaneous.
I can't remember who I about that.
Okay.
But I didn't know because, you know, give another brother, I'm 30, I am 32.
Okay.
You know,
How do you know Justin?
you know, I met him through one of my parties.
Which part is it?
Would be, my, rapper name, Miscellaneous.
This who?
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous? Okay.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure the jurors are taking notes. So a second ago, I told you, how did you know Justin Taylor? And you said you met him through Govan. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So when the police officer asks you, how do you know Justin? If you were really talking about Justin Taylor, wouldn't you have said, I met him through Govan? Remember, you just said it. Those are your words. I'm not trying to play games with you.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
All right. So you told us that you met Justin Taylor, whoever Justin Taylor is, through Govan, right?
Yeah.
And so when the police asked you, when did you meet Justin or Dolph, you said, I met him through a rapper named Miscellaneous. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I just did on that.
So if the prosecutor tries to make it seem like you met Justin Taylor through Miscellaneous, that would be false because you just testified under oath that Govan's the one that introduced you to Justin Taylor, right?
Yeah, but I was also under the influence of the influence.
I get all that, but you're not
And
under
I
the
wasn't
influence.
trying to incriminate myself.
The prosecutor's not under the influence, and neither are you. She asked you a straight up question and said, is it possible you met him this way? And you guys chuckled about it a little bit. What I'm telling you is, the truth is, if you ever knew Justin Taylor, it was through Mr. Govan. And when they asked you about Justin Groff, you said, I met him through Miscellaneous. Is that what we heard? The only answer is yes.
That's what the video just did.
That's all I have.
No.
Well. I'll come back up.
We do have one witness, Angela Short. She's short.
No.
I don't believe she is.
No, can we start that first thing in the morning? Because I don't want to work late today. You know, this is the first day, jurors have been here all day. I don't want to wear them down and out. Early to do that. So we will get started first thing in the morning at 9:30. Okay?
9:30. I see y'all.
I'm going to admonish you again not to talk about it. So when you start to talk about things, let's say you start talking about this trial with amongst yourselves. Once you start talking about things, you begin to come to conclusions about Angela. And it's way too soon to do that. Okay? I've admonished you early on, and I'm going to continue to admonish you to wait till you hear all of the proof. You wait till you get the law that I'm going to give you to add to the proof before you start having conversations about it. Okay? Because once you start to talk about it, you will start coming to your own conclusions, and I don't want you to do that. Understand? So you guys go have a good evening, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here right early at 9:30.
All right. So what's that girl to 9:30 tomorrow morning?
There we have it. Man. So tomorrow, make sure y'all tune in. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you didn't, subscribe. Young Dolph trial continues. The sequel, this time Hernandez Govan, alleged mastermind of it all, stands trial in front of 12 of his peers. It's not supposed to go, I don't believe, outside of a week time. So within the next days, we'll see more witness testimony. We already heard the judge just say, wait. I know y'all got another witness, which is, if you don't know, Angela, which is Cornelius' baby mother, will be testifying tomorrow, first thing. I'll see y'all tomorrow. As always, stay safe out here. Stay blessed. Long live Dolph. And we out.
Real talk, what you gonna do when the pressure on?